That first day, we did not stop until mid-afternoon. The filly nursed while the cow grazed. Once she was full, she sank to the ground beside her nursemaid cow. In an instant, her eyes closed. I rubbed the cow's ears. She was getting tamer. "The foal is tired." Connell's voice startled me, and I whirled to face the man who seemed to be the leader of these boys. "Of course she is," I told him, forcing my voice to stay even. "She has been travelling for hours, and she is not even a month old yet." "Tell me your name, please," he said, "and the other girls." I could not see what difference it made, so I told him. "I am Lara. Her name is Fallon." He drew his lips into a thin smile. "Where did you find the grey mare, Lara?" He had asked me that once before, just before he had made me his prisoner. I hadn't answered it then, and I wouldn't now. My eyes filled with tears, though, remembering how kind the mare had been, how I had run to the earthen-walled roof every morning to see if her foal had arrived. I was scared and tired. I turned away to wipe my eyes. "Where did you find her?" Connell repeated. I turned back to look up at him. "It was my father who found her, and he will explain it to you soon enough." He frowned. Then he walked away, calling for one of the boys. I sat down beside the filly and laid my hand lightly on her shoulder. She did not move. She was sound asleep. Tss. It was a tiny sound, and at first I thought it was some insect whirring its wings. Tss. I looked around. Ah, it wasn't wings. It was Fallon, from the other side of the camp. She had been guided to a place in the shade of an old oak tree, and sat now with her back against it, her hands still tied before her. Her eyes were fierce, even at this distance. She made a little gesture, jutting her chin out. I looked in the direction she had indicated, and saw Connell talking to a group of the young men. Fallon tilted her head toward them, then brought her hands up to one ear. Well, that was clear enough. She wanted me to go listen, to see if I could overhear anything they were saying. I supposed, to somehow make myself invisible as I crept toward them across the open grass of the meadow. I looked down at the filly. Even if there had been trees to hide behind, I would not have done it. I was not leaving the foal alone, not even for a moment. There were cattle grazing all around her. Any commotion at all, and she might be trampled. The cow let her nurse, but she wouldn't protect her the way she would have protected her own baby. In that way, I was the filly's mother. I shook my head, making it a small movement and gazing off in the distance while I did it, in case any of them were watching. Tst! I shook my head again, without looking back at Fallon, and she went silent, seething in fury, I was sure. I saw the boy with the bandaged forehead walking toward me, and for a moment I thought he might hit me, or take some other manner of revenge. I got up and moved to stand between him and the filly. "I did not throw the rock, nor did the foal," I said, in a low, even voice, trying to stand up straight enough to meet his eyes. He was taller than I by a good bit. "Here," he said simply, extending his arm. He was holding a piece of dark bread. Looking into his face, I saw that he was closer to my age than I had thought. His height had come suddenly, I could tell. Any boy's lina was shorter than what a girl would wear, but it was easy to see that he had grown a lot this past year. His belt had very little cloth gathered above it. He blinked, and I realised I was staring. I blushed and took the bread from him. "Thank you." He tilted his head toward Fallon. "Is she from your tua?" I nodded. Is she your friend?" I shook my head. "She is my aunt. I am very sorry about your wound." He gave me a nod of thanks for my sympathy. "I am not even the one who threw that last pebble. Is she always like that?" The sweet smell of the bread was making my mouth water, and I took a bite before I answered. "Usually." He shook his head. "What made her that way?"